When I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, I learned to think like a man. Now that I'm an old man, I think like a child and a man. Sorry for all the background noise. There was a flood here where I keep my toy trains. It looks like they survived. But dealing with the flood made me realize how much I enjoy playing with my old model trains. So it's time to do some more train modeling. As my first project, I'm going to do some work on this B&O Caboose. It needs some detail work, and it derails all the time. So the Caboose has been delivered to my rip track, which means repair in place, and we'll see what we can do to get it back into tip-top condition. This is a model die casting Roundhouse 2-window Caboose. The first reference I can find to that Caboose in production was the 1976 Walthers catalog. They listed as a 26-foot Caboose. I don't know when it was originally released, but sometime around then. This particular model, I think, is from the late 70s or very early 80s, and it's had a lot done to it. First of all, I don't think the lettering is factory original. I don't know if this was an undecorated kit or one that was painted by an aftermarket company like Bev Bell, and maybe somebody out there recognizes the paint scheme. It has K.D. arch bar freight car trucks and K.D. couplers. It's got weight added inside, and it tracks terribly. I'm not sure why. I think the trucks may be rubbing on the bottom of the frame, but that's one of the things we're going to take a look at. The trucks are fully sprung and equalized. And this may be an aftermarket roof walk. It's missing some parts. It's missing the smoke jack. One of the brake wheel assemblies is inside the body. It's missing some end detail, and the ladders are gone. And I think there's supposed to be a platform off the edge of the roof walk where the ladders attach. Also never had window glazing put in it. So there's some running repairs to do and some detail upgrades to make. This is going to be my first project. Before we actually start working on the model, I thought it would be fun to have an unboxing. I found someone on eBay selling 3 Roundhouse Caboose kits listed as new in the box. 3470 undecorated, a 3476 Duluth, Mesabi and Iron Range, and the 3443 Pennsylvania Old Time Caboose. And something a little different, a 56-foot wood truss bridge from Glorcraft in O scale. And a huge pile of scale model lumber, which I am just going to leave in the box. All different thicknesses. I'm not sure if this is sugar pine or basswood. It's mostly from Glorcraft. Should be fun. Here's the number 3470 undecorated 2-window caboose laid out so you can see what comes in the kit. There's the body, a cast metal underframe, 2 pieces of ladder stock, a roof walk, trucks, screws, couplers, and end railings, and then a detail parts that includes the coupler pocket covers, brake wheels, smoke jack, brake castings, and brake wheels. They give you an extra brake wheel, but when you look closely, they give you 3 because they're hoping 2 of them were complete from the original injection molding process. The Duluth, Mesabi and Iron Range caboose has exactly the same parts in it. It's interesting to note that the original assembly instructions included with the kit are for an end cupola caboose. I guess they figure that was good enough for you to know how to put it together. And you have to cut out some of the rungs and hand form the ends of the ladders. And here's the back of the instructions, which talks about how to put together the brake set underframe detail. I've had time to do some more research on this caboose, and what I found was that the original caboose was released much earlier than I thought. I found examples as far back as the 1950s. I don't know when they started using a one-piece injection molded body. A lot of the freight cars from Roundhouse in the very early years had cast metal pieces for sides, not a one-piece injection molded body. The one thing I do know is that sometime in 1973, or probably 73, maybe 74, maybe 72, I don't know exactly when, they changed their numbering scheme for their cabooses. These used to start with a C and a dash and a number, and in that 1973 time frame they went to a new numbering series, which is the 3470 series. So all of the cabooses start with 34, and then somewhere between 70, which is the undecorated version, up through I think into the 80s for some of the newer models. And I don't know when they stopped making them. My newest Walther's catalog is 1993, and they're still available then. The prototype for this caboose is a steel northeastern style, developed in the 1930s, very popular with the railroads in the mid-Atlantic and northeast region. I don't believe the B&O ever owned any of these, but that's not a big deal for me. After all, it's just a toy. So I'm going to go try to round up my tools. I don't know where they are, and in the next episode we'll get to work on getting this caboose ready for service on the railroad.